In the last 2 years or more of this government in power, the establishment of top policies that have been made, we have seen. But is the medicine working? Or the medicine doesn't look like the one that, or we are taking malaria medication for typhoid or for cancer? Or what exactly do you think is going on? Are the realities and the promises or the hopes that are being preached, are they in tandem?
Okay, let me tell you, there's a doctor, Bola Tinubu, who has an APC hospital. And he says he treats malaria patients. So he makes sure the fever is gone. So what does he do? If you take a patient there, he gives the patient rat poison. So the patient will die, and the fever will die with the patient. That's one way he kills no patient. So if he has 20 patients, and 50 of them die, he says, I have only 5 fever patients left. That is not the best way to cure patients. It is not every medicine that is going to cure a fever. That's number one. Number two, he went to the wrong country. He was going to Argentina because his own policy is closer to the one done in Argentina, not the one being done in Brazil. Thirdly, the problem is not breaking the egg. You can ask women who make omelette. The easiest part is breaking the egg. You break the egg, and all the yolk and the white of the egg split to the ground. If you break the egg, at the time you have no fire pan. You have not even lit the fire. So how are you going to make the omelette? So the problem is that half of our eggs are broken, and nobody has had breakfast. You keep breaking the egg, you don't see the omelette. We know.
I mean, what for me, right?
See, I'm not going to laugh alone. Take your time. Listen to this video, this interview. Yeah, this is Prince Adewale. So, what he said on this video, you understand the state of the economy of Tinubu's policies. If they are working, or we know that they are not working. Do you understand? So, take your time, watch this video. This Tinubu's cases. Tinubu is a medical doctor, for example. When you take patient to a medical doctor, Nigerians are the patient under Tinubu. Tinubu is a medical doctor. Now, the patient are complaining about headache. What do you do? Instead of giving paracetamol to cure headache, you are giving fever medication to cure headache. Now, the patient died. The headache died. The patient died with the headache. That is Tinubu's policies. That's why you see things are not working. Anyways, let me allow you to listen to this video. You understand what I'm saying? But please, if today is your first time coming across this YouTube channel, please do me a favor, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that YouTube continue to recommend this channel to others, especially this video, so that you know what Tinubu is doing, the policies, if it's working or not. Please share your thoughts. Let's watch.
This is what President Bola Tinubu said, and I played that to Nigerians to listen, and they heard. He said that yes, the reforms are tough, like bitter medicine, but once the fever is gone, you know the cure was worth it. What do you make of that statement from President Bola Tinubu?
Well, I'm happy that the president is going around the world, and I'm happy that he went to Brazil, because if ever President Tinubu's policy life is going to change, we will see whether he changes from Brazil. Going to Brazil is the equivalent of Saul becoming Paul. Because in Brazil, what the Workers' Party did to become what they are today, and the president was giddy about it, he even posed the question, what do they have that we don't have? And I have the answer. What they have is good leadership. And that's what we don't have yet. What they have is a poverty reduction manifesto and set of programs and policies. If you look at Bolsa Familia, which reduced poverty by 27% in Brazil in 4 years under Lula da Silva, is opposite of subsidies gone that increase poverty exponentially. If you look at the way Petrobras is run compared to the way the president has been running NPC, they are polar opposites. If you look at where Brazil gets its strength from, Brazil is the third largest economy in the Americas. In fact, by purchasing power parity, Brazil is next to the USA. So they have a mixed economy. The government is participating, the private sector is participating. They have indigenous industry arising from agriculture, coffee, soya beans, and all of that. Then they have the high end with aeronautics, defense, and all of that. So the same country that makes a lot of money from producing aircraft, like Embraer and all those other companies, is making more money just producing plain soybean. So the economic policy of President Bola Tinubu is opposite the one that has succeeded in Brazil. So I'm happy that he's there, because by going there, he will see how wrong-headed his own policies are. On the other hand, I am not happy that I went there, spending all that money, when the ruler is here, who have spoken to me. They could have looked at the Social Democratic Party's manifesto. He used to be a member of the SDP before, in good old days. So why are you leaving a Brazilian type of manifesto, which is available in Nigeria, and then you are going to Brazil as a tourist to be in awe of the majesty of Brazil and the Brazilian economy as if it's by magic? It is by policy. Look at them. The Central Bank of Brazil is crying because of what? 4.5% inflation. We are celebrating 22% inflation, which is in reality 13%. Brazil says it should not go at 3%. You look at it clearly, Brazil pays few money to go to school. Even if you study Bolsa Familia very well, a family who put their children in school, does immunization, does all of that, you are guaranteed not to see poverty. And Brazil is struggling to make sure that the wealth that it has is better distributed. So they acknowledge the fact that the problem of Brazil is not about making more money, it's about allocating efficiency that has social consideration. That is to say, they want to distribute their wealth in a better way to make everybody more productive. Brazil is having 5% unemployment. We are having 30-something to something based on how you look at the statistics. So how can you now say, I am now in Brazil as a tourist? How did they make it here? So it's like a person who doesn't keep good hair, who doesn't take a shower, who doesn't clean, tidy the environment. He looks at his neighbor's house and says, why is your house so clean? Why is your dress so white? Why are all your children healthy? Just adopt that healthy policy. So it's a good discussion. And the discussion I'm willing to have with the president, partisanship aside. He can stay in his government and stay where I am in SDP, then we can have this conversation as to how the Brazil manage it. Because everything that happened to Brazil happened to us.
So, Prince, sorry, let me cut in quickly, Prince. And I'd like to know, because the president has been heard said a few things. Like, if you don't break the egg, how can you make the omelette? He said today, yes, and that's a realization that there are pains that people are experiencing. Yes, the reforms are tough, like bitter medicine. So it means that it's not only bitter, but there is a cure, because it calls it a medicine. But once the fever is gone, you know the cure was worth it. That means the bitter pill that you experience in your mouth, after some time, when the medicine starts working, you will experience some health. Now, the question I'd like to answer, in the last 2 years or more of this government in power, the establishment of top policies that have been made, we have seen, but is the medicine working? Or the medicine doesn't look like the one that, or we are taking malaria medication for typhoid or for cancer? Or what exactly do you think is going on? Are the realities and the promises or the hopes that are being preached, are they in tandem?
Okay, let me tell you, there's a doctor, Bola Tinubu, who has an APC hospital. And he says he treats malaria patients. So he makes sure the fever is gone. So what does he do? If you take a patient there, he gives the patient rat poison. So the patient will die, and the fever will die with the patient. That's one way he kills those patients. So if he has 20 patients, and 50 of them die, he says, I have only 5 fever patients left. That is not the best way to cure a patient. It is not every medicine that is going to cure a fever. That's number one. Number two, he went to the wrong country. He should have gone to Argentina, because his own policy is closer to the one done in Argentina, not the one being done in Brazil. Thirdly, the problem is not breaking the egg. You can ask women who make omelette. The easiest part is breaking the egg. You break the egg, and all the yolk and the white of the egg split to the ground. If you break the egg, at the time you have no fire pan. You have not even lit the fire. So how are you going to make the omelette? So the problem is that half of our eggs are broken, And nobody has had breakfast. You keep breaking the egg, you don't see the omelette. We know.
I mean, what for me, right? So you, Prince, you are saying that this government is not doing the right thing. Possibly, maybe they put in place the right policies, but they are not implementing it the right way. If I understand you clearly, but I'm sort of tired of hearing the problems alone. I'm one of a Nigerian who wants to hear the solution. Let's assume that this government, from your own standpoint, and because you're an opposition person, it might be assumed that you are opposing this government or criticizing them just because for the opposition, for the sake of it. But let's look at it. If you were in President Bola Tinubu's shoe and you have made the same policy or you have made the same decision, how do you correct it? Because you are saying that this government is going in the wrong path. But how do we go back into the right path?
Okay, I am not just saying that President Tinubu's government is not doing the right thing. There are some governments that don't do the right thing. But I'm saying that they are not only just not doing the right thing, they are actively doing the bad thing. And the reason why I'm able to say that is that the president may disagree with the policy of the SDP. We raised the fair to poverty and insecurity. And we said you have to make social investment. And we gave that you can grow your GDP by making social investment. He is trying to grow his own GDP by making social divestment and hoping that Brazilians, because I had him calling Petrobras to come here, he's hoping that Brazilians, other people who have made social investments at home and have reaped the benefits of that social investment are going to bring their own money to come and make foreign investment here. The policy is wrong. The third reason why I think the policy is wrong is that after criticizing the SDP or ignoring the SDP manifesto here, he's praising Brazil. So Brazil is the benchmark for today's discussion. I agree with the channel TV. You can organize a session where you bring Wale Edo, you bring all the economic team of APC, and you bring me and you bring SDP. We can have a debate for 2 hours in your session. If they can pay half, we can pay half. And let us put these policies and explain them to Nigerian people. They are getting their own policies wrong in 5 ways. 1, they are behaving as if poverty can increase and economic growth can also increase at the same time. It can't happen. The journey of poverty must be inversely correlated to the journey of economic growth. So if you grow your economy, poverty must reduce. How do you reduce poverty? 3 ways to reduce poverty. 1, you do immediate employment for people. You have to configure most of your economic policies to include employment. 2nd, you do social investment, housing, healthcare, education, infrastructure, basic infrastructure for people. That's why I said if you go and study Bolsa Familia, that is the program that saved Brazil. Now, thirdly, you must have systems in place for macroeconomic management, and you cannot cheat in that kind of examination. You must immediately tell the governor of Central Bank, gentlemen, meet with Minister of Finance, by the middle of my term, I want inflation to be single digit. If you can't do it, leave my job, let me find somebody else. Because you have to make inflation to be single digit. You have to reduce unemployment to single digit. You must look at those 2 things, and you must increase productivity. So agricultural productivity is coming down, unemployment is rising, inflation is rising, and poverty is blooming. And then you go to Brazil and say, God knows Brazil more than enough for what? Or you're asking the question, what do they have that we don't have? They have common sense. They have good leadership. They understand economics, and they don't want to cheat the economy. They want to study macroeconomic indicators and make sure that the policies are able to move the needle. So it's like you buying fuel into your car. You watch the gauge. If you are buying fuel inside your car and the gauge is still empty, you ask, is the gauge faulty or are they cheating you? But you cannot say, I spent 200,000 naira to fill the tank of a Land Cruiser and the gauge is still empty or less than 1/4. You say, what happened? So they are spending money. They are raising nominal increase in money. They are pumping the money into the subnational, into the state government and all of that. They are spending some of the money on certain principles, and they are happy that the economy is expanding, is spending.
Prince,
but they are not looking at the deliverables and the outcomes. That is what they are doing wrong. I will have more time. I will break it down to them, sector by sector, aspect by aspect, quarter by quarter, and I will take their medium term expenditure framework, and I will do the analytics of it. They will see the position. They will realize
Prince Adebayo, just give me a moment, please. Yeah, we need to go on a break, but when we return, I'll be getting your closing thought, especially as we move into the fastest electioneering process in Nigeria as far as the political side of it is concerned, 2027. And we're already talking about the politics, the zoning, and the jostling of offices 2 years before the election. We're going to break, and when we come back, we'll talk more. Thanks so much indeed. I was saying earlier just how fast the 2027 election and politicking has begun. And you saw what the PDP has done, zoning a presidential ticket to the South. What is your initial view when you heard that news?
Well, that's what they should have done in 2023. Because there is a popular demand that there should be equity in the country. So they have this, at least from the elitist point of view, you have this north-south rotation that they're doing. So my only concern is that when it goes to the north, they bring the worst person. When it goes to the south, they also bring the worst person. But if we can be done positively, that when it goes to the north, you bring the best person, that you are voting for them not just because they are from the north, but because they are good for the job. And if it's the turn of the south, you look for the best quality. So I think a party can correct its mistake, because the idea of rotation actually came from PDP. They were the one who brought the idea of turn by turn Nigeria Limited, as the chief body judge will call it. So now that they are finding their way, but they should not assume that that's the only problem Nigerians have with them. The problem we have with them is not just the north-south issue, it's the 16 years of bad governance. The loss that PDP has is that as bad as the government was, APC managed to equal them or even top them in mismanagement. Otherwise, Nigerians were not happy with the 16 years of PDP, and I think we haven't forgiven them. So it's good that they've done this rotation thing, so to make it easier for them to now people to more substantive arguments as to how to run the government. But I don't think Nigerians want to see PDP in power.
Prince Adebayo, quickly and finally, those who say the zoning to the south by the PDP just gave an easy answer or a quicker route for Bola Tinubu and the APC to clinch the election or win the election in 2027. What do you make of that?
Well, who is going to vote for President Bola Tinubu in 2027 with all this suffering, with all the paid promises? Did President Tinubu say, don't vote for me if I don't give you electricity? Has he given it? He said, I know the job is tough. Let me do what I want to do. If you don't like it, at the end of the 4 years, don't vote for me. So I don't think that if things remain the way they are in 2027, President Tinubu in good conscience should be surprised if he's massively voted out. Nigerians have suffered enough. His policies are not working. And it's not about, Nigerians have, besides PDP, besides APC, we have better options. So it's not a dual change that if PDP commits suicide, automatically President APC inherits the politics. No. What we know is that APC and PDP are like Siamese twins. They are the same company now. They work together. Nigerians want alternative politics. We are looking for a new direction. That's why people are saying new direction on Natutu, Sabon Safia. People are talking of new direction now. And there's nothing new about PDP. Definitely there's nothing new about APC. They've done change. They've done next level. Now we are in serious suffering. So I think we need to understand that Nigerians have options. But if by 2027 something changes in terms of the macroeconomics, in terms of security, in terms of poverty, in terms of employment, then President Tinubu becomes competitive. But the way it is now, I don't think that for the good of the country, even for the good of the president himself, he should just go home and thank God that he's the president for 4 years.
Prince Adewale Abayo, 2023 is SDP.
You know, a lot of issues here, a lot of issues, and Peter Obi is always on the news. Every front people you see is all Peter Obi. And anyways, Peter Obi is strategizing. We are waiting for his final. We are waiting for him to make an official statement to say this is what he has come up with, this is what he's doing, and this is the party that he's campaigning or contesting from, rather. So we are all waiting to hear the official statement from him when the time comes. There is still time. A lot of rumors, a lot of underground talks here and there. He's going to APC, he's going to PDP, he's going now. He want to adopt NNPC, Kwakwaso party. a lot of issues still going on the ground. So there's still time. They are still shopping for which political party is the best to contest. So whichever one he's contesting from, he declares his intention, and the party he's contesting from, Nigerians are still ready to queue behind him, because when you look at three of them, Peter Obi stand out. He stands out among the three of them. If you like, argue, that is your own. The only way you say, what did you do in Anambra State? If you Google, if you check everywhere you have access to check your data, check. Peter Obi performed excellently well than Tinubu in Lagos when they were governor. Two of them were two-term governor. Now, for you to even, we don't even need argument again. There is nothing to debate here. This debate could have been better when they were contesting in 2023. That's when this debate should come up. Now, we've gone past that time. Tinubu has done 80 or 4 years. He's going to do 4 years. He has done 2 years now already. We could see the performance. That this performance is worse than 8 years of Buhari's in office, that he has failed. So we do not need any comparison between these two again. If he has done well in Lagos, he would have replicated what he did in Lagos as what they used to campaign. That he did where he built Lagos, he was going to build Nigeria. So if he has what it takes to build Lagos, he would have used the same strategy to build Nigeria. It shows that he was not the one who built Lagos. According to history, or according to sources rather, Tinubu was not the one who even built Lagos. If you are looking for the real person who really worked in Lagos State, who built Lagos, Jakande. Ambode did very well. Fashola did. But all this one, aside from Jakande, the Ambode, Fashola, Tinubu's boys. So they did well. So Tinubu did not do anything compared to what these people did. So because he's their Oga, he's taking glory of what these people put together. That's why they always say Tinubu did, Tinubu that. If Tinubu truly have what it takes to build a city, it would have, actually you could have seen the changes when it comes to Nigeria. It is not by being radical to say subsidy gone. He was being radical to say subsidy gone. That Jonathan was not bold enough. He said, Jonathan said subsidy gone. After a lot of protests, he said subsidy is back. Tinubu was radical. He said subsidy gone. Caused a lot of problems, a lot of issues. Today, Nigerians are still going through that pain of subsidy gone. When he said subsidy gone, mind you, subsidy did not just go at that time. They were still, according to NNPC, they were still paying subsidy until 2024. So where is, make sense out of it? Subsidy gone, petrol increase, foodstuffs, everything gone up. Nigerians are hungry. People are losing their jobs. People cannot afford to feed themselves. Subsidy were still being paid till 2024. So make sense out of it. Where is the sense out of subsidy gone? What did you do with the money? All the process of subsidy. What did you use it for? We don't know. Borrow more money. We don't know. Somebody should explain. So you can't compare now. The time of comparison is gone. You can't compare between them. So Atiku is another one that if Atiku has what it takes, Atiku would have won the presidential election 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you register to do exam, you fail number 1, you fail number 2, you fail number 3, you fail number 4, you fail number 5, number 6. What gives you the assurance that when you register again, you are going to win? You just leave it and go and do another thing. Leave that particular one. That one is not for you. You are not good at it. Go and look for something else. Stop wasting your time. That's Atiku. So, are you talking about Rotimi? Nigerians cannot vote for Rotimi when there is Peter Obi. I don't think Nigeria can even vote for Rotimi when there is Atiku himself. So Atiku, Nigeria cannot vote for Rotimi, Atiku for them to win election when there is Peter Obi. If we truly conduct election in free and fair, the difference is clear. So whichever one, we are still waiting. So I know that Peter Obi is strategizing. There is still time, and he knows what is best for him. He has a lot of offer. It's just for him to decide and make decisions for himself. So nobody is going to make decision for him. That's all. Anyways, what do you think? Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Run out for me now, please.